Good morning, everyone. It's Trader Rob. Today is Monday, March 2nd. All right, let's just take a quick peek here at what we're looking at on our charts. I already mapped out with my signal members in our pre-session floor that, where sellers have shown strength, which is indicated in red, where buyers have indicated strength in green, and then as the market continues to move, we'll adjust as needed here. Let's see if we can find ourselves a decent setup here or not. That's what the ES looks like currently. And we'll just keep continuing to plot and see if we can find ourselves a decent trading opportunity. Did have a nice little signal here at the 24/7/24. Excuse me. But I am going to let the market at least 10 minutes here. So now buyers have shown a good amount of strength here. Not sure if that tapped in right at the initial. Let's see. But you guys saw the reaction right from pretty much the entry. Okay, we got a reaction band coming up here at the 24/768 to the 24/792. And we'll see here if sellers can kind of take over here. We know we're in a sell zone here. Okay, so now we can make a small, let's see if we can make an adjustment here. Nothing yet on the bigger time frame. Smaller time frame right now obviously looks bullish. Okay, so now the bulls have overtaken this area. So now we can adjust this all the way up to here. And now we could bring this all the way back up to here and see if we can find ourselves a trading opportunity. Let's get rid of this guy. Kind of what the big picture here looks like. Morning, AP. Not looking to short this here. Don't have any room here where buyers have been showing strength. Right here is where buyers showed strength again. It's on the ES. Got no reason to short here. Only looking for longs here in this green area, and it's got to make sense. Let's take a look at the NQ. We'll see if we can get a possible retracement here right back to our reaction band. And then we can look for a... No, I don't... Don't have much space up here yet. Unless they take this one over here, we'll see. So you can see the big picture here. So I want to see a retracement down into this reaction band, see if I can get a reaction here. I'm on the 60 range right now. There's also a unbalanced volume area sitting right here at the 744s to the 726s. So I'll also be interested in a long right there as well. And they're still showing strength here. So now and just so you guys understand, the green bands, the greens move with the 120 range footprint. Okay, so this is where we saw buyers overtaking sellers again. So that's why my green band keeps moving up. Still haven't broken this red band here yet. But also, the sellers haven't shown a lot of strength here either. So there's been no adjustment to the red or the green. But let's see if we can get a trade opportunity possibly right here. Just stay patient. Let's wait for the perfect setup here. Just take a peek here at the ES. For the ES, I'd want to see a drop down to this unbalanced volume area for a possible long from the 68.17 to the 68.04. That's what I would be looking for on the ES as of right now. So what's everyone's thoughts on the new Apex account changes announced last night? And one of our Signal members, Michael, already said he purchased 2 end-of-day drawdowns and passed 250K evals already. Good job with that. And when things cool off a little bit, I'll go over some of the bigger account changes with Apex so that everybody's got a good understanding of it. Yeah, that's a big one too, the daily loss limit there. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing for some traders though, depending on how big of a position they want. Even though now the position size has been pretty much controlled in the PA environment, in the funded environment. Before, you know, you had a scaling, but it was, you know, you could still over position size. You just get dinged on it. Now the system won't let you trade, over your scaling range of contracts in the PA. So they kind of caught up with a lot of the other prop firms as far as the functionalities of things that have been pretty basic for a lot of other firms for over the last year. So I think they caught up to some of that. But some of their other changes are pretty big, for the good or the bad. You know, I mean, it's going to depend on the individual trader. All right, let's see if this turns into a green footprint here. This is the entire shaded area is now green, which in that case now we could just look for some pullbacks here and see if we can get some trading opportunities out of it. This was pretty much the last stand here for sellers. And then if we go to the open, let's go right here, right at 8:30, right here, you got a great signal here, you know, and these are the ones that we're going to be trading soon. Great signal right at the 8:30. Buyers overtook sellers, and that thing went for 100+ points. Just so you guys get a taste of what I've been working on. All right, so sellers still continuing to defend this red area here. It's fine. They haven't really overtaken any buyers here yet, so we haven't trapped really many buyers yet. Now we just dipped into our green zone, so we'll see if buyers here defend or not. I'm not going to long into strength on sellers here yet. I need to see a bigger retracement down to one of my key areas, either my reaction band here or my unbalanced volume band right here. And hopefully buyers can hold this up, because that would make our green band go up just a little bit, which gives us a little bit more room in our trades. ES is also almost overtaken all of the sellers here. Take a look here if we come back into this reaction band. Let's see how price action acts here.
Don't close your eyes. Wait until the night is over. I'll show you paradise, but hang on just a little longer. I will be yours, you will be mine. Let it unfold, your legs intertwine. So don't close your eyes just yet.
Okay, green band gets a little shrunken here now, which is great because if we can get a retracement down to some of our key areas here, then we can look for a long. This is what we're looking like on a big picture. Again, for the ES, I'd want to see it come back into this reactionary band and see if we could take some trading opportunity off of that on the ES. And similarly on the NQ. Sean, good morning. Again, currently what I'm looking for is a long in this reactionary zone from the 792s to the 768s, or from this unbalanced volume area at the 744 to the 726s. And on the ES, a retracement into this reactionary band right here. You can see price action, they still can't get through that red band. Same thing on the NQ. This is where they're having trouble. And this was already pre-mapped from our pre-session. No reason to short here, though. Obviously, we're not going to short into strength. Nor am I going to long into strength of sellers. So I need there to be reasoning for the longs here. Okay, no reason here to change any of my green bands yet. All right, jump down to the 60 now. The 85s to the 80s, 85, 80s would be a great retracement area here. Okay, another unbalanced volume area right here from the 827 to the 801s. So now we've got a new band that we could possibly take a long from here. So we could see buyers still can't get through this band. Okay, a lot of strength there from sellers, as you can see right there. I can move this up. I'd like to see the buyers take some control here, just so we can move this green band up a little bit. Gives us a good enough spacing on our scalp from this band here. You know, from the tip of this band to our red area, we've got about 20 points. So if we can get a little bit of retracement down into like the middle or upper part of this band here, we can probably get a pretty decent risk to reward. Yeah, so if we can get a retracement right to this like halfway point right here, be very interested for a long there on the NQ. Now the ES is going into a very strong reactionary band here. So there was a lot of negative pressure up here from previous gap and previous close. So this is going to be a very, very telling spot here on the ES, if it can get through this band or not. But there's a lot sitting right here. This could be a big pivot to the downside right here. Or we can see if they continue just to show strength. This right here is the first area of unbalanced volume that the ES will be facing, the 68.55, so that'll be a good test for buyers right here. You can see sellers here, a lot of negative delta here. AP asked, hey Rob, wouldn't entry on a 30 range chart be quicker sniper style versus a 1 minute? Absolutely. That's why I've, since the beginning of my streams, I've been always using my footprint candles. And the NQ, I started with the 20, but the 20 is just too noisy. The 30s, it seems to be a really nice one for scalps. And I like to use the 30 even more so a little bit later in the afternoon, not early morning, later morning, I should say, I'm sorry. So like after that, right around that initial balance to about 11 a.m., the 30 range seems to get you some really nice entries. In the first hour of the market, the 60 range I would say is probably the lowest that I would take on a scalp. And again, you just have to understand that the lower you go on the range, you know, you can find a lot of opportunities, but your win rate's going to decrease. Okay, so your win rate decreases, your risk to reward increases. With the 60 range, you're starting to get closer to 1-to-1, maybe 1 to 1.5. From the 120 footprint, that's going to be a 1-to-1 typically, unless it's that opening bell move. Where you can get 1-to-3, 1-to-2, pretty damn easy. So now we can delete all of this, and we can make our green bands. So everything below us currently on the NQ, all green here. Okay, these are the 3 areas that I'm be looking for on trades for longs. So we just got to have the market, you know, obviously work with us here a little bit and give us a retracement, which it might off of this reaction band. Would not be surprised here if we get a pretty decent retracement from right around there. You know, normally I would short this move if this closes as a red candle, and I would target, you know, 30 points. But kind of hard to short into such strong strength here from buyers, which is why I have now kind of color coded this chart so that everybody can kind of see where the strength is in buyers and where the strength is in sellers. And then hopefully formulate a plan that makes sense to everybody. So like this wouldn't surprise me if we flip here. And we just showed a lot of strength here. Even though I would have liked to seen this be a bigger green candlestick, it still is like a hammer style candlestick. A lot of negative delta. So no, for me, just doesn't make sense to short here at this point. Where previously, I most likely, if this closed as a red footprint, I would have shorted right here. Sometimes the moves will be obvious. They'll come pretty easy. You know, they'll come early. Today, it's already 45 minutes into the trading session. I have not taken a trade here, but I'm just looking for the highest setup. I want to talk through every single trade from A to Z. Yeah. Again, ES had a nice little signal right here to go short, which again would have probably gotten me my 4 points, but Again, kind of hard just to short into strength here. I don't know if that would have gotten me exactly my 4 points, but let's see if I would have just shorted from here. Well, this wasn't a confirmation, so there's no even confirmation here to take a short. Just go right up to right there, as this was another confirmation long. Sean, correct. I would, of course, I would want to see my confirmation candle in an area of interest. You know, obviously in one of my predetermined areas that I've already kind of mapped out that I'm interested in taking, interested in taking a long. But yes, what I would be doing is I would come down to the lower footprint once we get into this area here. You know, possibly the 30 or the 60. I think even right now, just the way that the market's moving, you could probably get down to the 30. And, you know, we're getting close to that initial balance time. And wait for a footprint confirmation here to go long. So this is the first sign here that sellers have now shown some strength. So we can make an adjustment here. If I can find it. There it is. Okay. So I currently know that the sellers have defended this area right here. Some may call it fair value. 1 second, guys. So again, we're in an area where buyers have shown strength previously. Looks like they're going to show its strength again. No long opportunity for me here because, again, we're going into strength from sellers. Now we're just looking for a healthy pullback into an area that makes sense. Okay, the 68.49 to the 50. This is pretty scalpable for me right here. We'll see. We'll see when the ES gets right back here. Okay, a lot of negative delta pressure here. Again, no reason to move my red band any lower. They haven't given me any type of confirmation besides this guy right here, this move. Currently, no initial balance is going to be sitting at the 948. So I'll just put that line here. I can move this down one notch. As this closed red, positive delta, small, but still a movement down, which is good because then it gives us realistic targets for what type of long or which type of short we could possibly end up taking, where we have room for a nice short here. Like if the initial balance was to play out right now at the 948, I know I have some space here before we get into a buy zone. So this is still now controlled by sellers. So here on an IB, I would be no issue taking a short here off of the IB. Gives me a little bit more confidence, unless something leading up to here changes. I'm going to take that preview thing off. It's kind of annoying. All right, not sure if you guys can hear me on YouTube, but my system crashed, so I lost everything I had on my charts. So I kind of started here from kind of fresh here. The only thing I've been able to really do is map out this green band here with the red band on the NQ. I'm not even going to take a look at the ES right now. So we went into our first band, which was right here. Would have been right here. So we did dip into it. We probably got a decent. Let me just look at this 30. Fuck me, man. Let's see what the reaction was here. Okay, not great. If that's where it was at, which I think it was. This guy. All right, now let me kind of go, give me some time here. So they showed strength right there. This is fair value right here. I know my reaction bands are off. Just these guys. No. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, I feel like I got the NQ mapped out correctly. Yeah. All right, I think we should be good there. Not even gonna look at the ES right now. I can't. I just gotta concentrate on one. And then the initial balance is right there. So that's what we want to look at here. We know we've got some strength down here from seller, so we're still in a seller's controlled area. I have not changed any of that yet. William, I don't know if you're still on. Actually, I don't even know if people can hear me on YouTube or not, but yes, it does. My PC crashed completely. Lost everything I had on my charts. So kind of wish NinjaTrader, maybe NinjaTrader has it, I just don't know, but I wish NinjaTrader would have like a feature where it can automatically save your worksheet like every 5 minutes. Because it's happened to me so many times over the years where you disconnect or you crash or something like that, and you lose everything you were working on. And maybe they do. Congrats, William. So 24,947 is IB right now. So that's what that white line is right here. We do have a good amount of volume sitting right here as well. So the right-hand side of the screen is the 60 range, and the main screen that you're seeing right here is on the 30 range. Fuck. I'm even on the wrong account group for today. Mother effer now. It's okay. Sorry guys, I can't get the P&L thing. It's going to take me a time to do that. Just going to confirm, yes, we are okay. Just make sure I even have all my accounts. Apex Live, Lucid, Tradeify, okay. Oh man, that was stressful. Fuck. Kind of feels like they're gearing up for something here. All right, so the bigger time frame has shown me a flip, and the 120 showed a flip. No, and the 120 did not. Ooh, we got so close to a flip there. I really like a short here. Kind of missed that move right there. Kind of missed that one right there. Let's see if that gives you another entry here somewhere. So the 60 showed it really nicely. Right here. That was a nice little flip right there into the red zone. So missed trade. I can't really blame myself for that. I mean, I'm kind of a little flustered with my current situation with the charts here. So let's just see here where they just showed strength. Okay, buyers showed strength right there. I would say one trade opportunity there missed on that IB short in a red seller's strength area. Good footprint confirmation on the 60 range. Now buyers have overtaken now. So now let's see what we can formulate from here. I'm missing a signal here now too. Market's done a pretty decent job of balancing on the way up in this lower area or this upper area of the green band. Nothing here, waiting for a retracement down to the 24,819. No trades yet. Actually, my system crashed about 15 minutes ago, so I lost everything on my charts, and I just kind of been regrouping here to see if I can get them at least somewhat manageable. I'm still missing a few things, but no trades here yet today, and the P&L is not up any right now. If I get a few minutes, I'll work on that. And sorry to hear about your appendix, man. It's a good thing you at least caught it in time, because you're still here. All right, give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me just refill my coffee. All right, I'm back. A little bit of a regrouping session there. For a second, I thought my power got knocked out, but then I looked up and my bookmap's still up on my screen on my other on my monitor from the ceiling. But all right, since we got, I don't even know how many people are still on. I know I got my Signal members at least still on, even though we dropped off a few. I'll kind of take a look here. So I wanted to go over, it doesn't really look that great here, huh? So we do this that way. I'm still monitoring, obviously, the NQ on the left. I'm not really looking at ES right now, even though I felt like I had a really good game plan on the ES as well. All right, so taking a look at the new Apex accounts, let's just kind of go over some of the main changes. Obviously, now you have the option of end of day drawdown. They've got no payout denials because of the fact now that their system for monitoring violations are pretty automated. There is no payout denials. There's no video screenshots or video recording of yourself trading. No submitting of strategies to Apex anymore. The risk to reward rule, which was the 5-to-1 rule, is gone. Now they have built-in scaling, so that means that when you go to your PA, you'll have a, based on your account balance, your profit balance in there, you will have a certain amount of contracts that you can trade, and the system won't allow you to trade more than that. Previously it would, and that would flag you for a rule violation. Now it's kind of built in. The consistency has gone up to 50% consistency now in the funded stage, so those are all some pretty good things about the new changes. And then we'll highlight some of the things, obviously, that have changed. So we'll just go to a 50K trade of 8. So max contracts, this is on the eval, is going to be six contracts. Okay, so that's a change there. Same profit target, $3,000. Max drawdown now is $2,000. You can have intraday trail. This is for the valuation. Scaling is already built in, but that's built in for the PA for the funded account. We already talked about that. There is no reoccurring billing any longer with the evaluation accounts, which is huge because for some of those, including myself, like I've got my leader accounts are running off of a 300K, which I believe are gone now in the new system, but all of the legacy accounts stay. And all of the rules for the legacy stay. So what I'm talking about is if you were to go and purchase a new account right now, you're going to be in this right here. So there is no reoccurring subscription any longer so you pay for it up front and that's it. You do not get rebuild on your active evaluations. I think that's huge. Obviously, these are the different types of platforms. We all know that. And then if we go and drop down to the performance account, this is for a 50K trade of 8. The one-time activation fee is $79. If you do choose the end of day drawdown, it goes up to $99 for the activation fee. Here's another one is activation deadline. So if you do pass an eval, you only have 7 days to activate it into a PA account, which that was a change from previous where you could kind of bank your evals or your past evals while you had funded accounts. If you were to blow those funded accounts, you already had evals kind of on the ready. Well, this kind of eliminates that strategy that a lot of, gamifiers, I guess we want to call them, were using to, you know, have those in reserves just to just kind of recycle through PA accounts constantly. So that's a big change. Now the max drawdown now is $2,000. That's a change. Max contracts is only 4 minis. And let me see if they've got the scaling. They don't have the scaling on here right now, but I think it's 0 to 1,500. You could trade up to 2, and then it just scales, you know, based on, I think it's maybe the 3,000 is the next target. I'll look and see if I can find that on the Q&A. But yeah, some pretty big changes. Obviously, they're still going to be offering the 90 and 80% off sales that they currently do. Right now, they are running 90% off of all of their accounts. They're obviously their new accounts. But yeah, some really big changes. I think some of them are going to be very well received. I think a small minority that were probably kind of gamifying the system are probably not going to be very happy about some of the changes. As far as me personally as a trader, it really doesn't it doesn't affect me at all. To be honest with you, the end of day drawdown to me doesn't even the trailing drawdown intraday to me does never even played into a factor. Now, if I begin to start taking some larger risk to reward trades, especially off the open, then yeah, the end of day drawdown are definitely going to be better for you. But if you're scalping for 15 points, 30 points, 10 points, you know, unless you're position size like stupid, that's the only way that you're going to see that situation play out negatively for you. So let's just see here if there's maybe any little continuation model that we can see here. Wouldn't want to be shorting it right here just right now because we still got strength here from buyers, so it's not a good area right here to short. I mean, I'm looking for longs. Just really haven't found an area. Felt like I had a good area early. I don't know what happened to that region. The only region right now that I've got is way the hell down here at the 24,819. Everything else has been balanced out pretty good. Just look on the lower really quickly here. So on the very lower time frame right here. Right here we've got a little area. To me, the market looks like it's kind of ready for maybe a continued push to the upside here. Just kind of looking through my different time frames to see if there's any indication that I can get for a possible long here now. Believe the 25.024s was all that I really have above me. I could be wrong on that. All right, talking about a possible continuation play here. Well, that didn't get it. That didn't give it to us. Close, though. I filled that entire gap, which is nice. So we got that shaded area right there. Showing some resistance right here. Again, I don't know if I had something mapped out here. Kind of felt like I did. Just kind of recycling here through my This is still initial balance here at the 947. Just going to keep that up there for a little bit just to have a kind of a reference point for it. I think a nice little healthy retracement down here to the 24,943s. This is a little unbalanced volume pocket right here. So I'll kind of monitor this right here to see if this can present itself into a small scalp. At this point, I'm on the 30 range because of the time. It's 10:15, so you know, I'm still looking at the higher time frame ones, but those are going to take now. They're going to be a lot harder to move through. So let's see if we can get a retracement down here to the 943s, somewhere in the upper to middle part of this box right here. To me would be great. That's IB. Most likely wants to balance out this area here. That's where I feel like the best positioned small scalp that we can take here. And again, I'm on the 30 range, so my stop's going to be probably around that 10 points, depending on where the entry comes in at. Nothing to do here yet. Bigger the pullback, the better. Give it to me here would be great. All right, I'm in. Let's bump that stop up right around here. 20-point target. Points. I think I'll go to break even here at this point. Fuck me. Should have just taken some profits for the day. That would have been nice. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Give me a push. Not good. Not good. Not good. Again, I gotta take profit here, man. It's been my issue all day Friday. Had a high right here. Fuck. Fuck a ducker. $15 points, man. What more do you want? All right, let's see what they have done here. It's like a 9-point stop. Should be happy with 15 points. Especially on a 30 range signal. It's greed. See on the 60 range if there's anything here to be worried about. Yes, there is. There. Back down to the 30. Let's see if we can get a little opportunity right here. This might have been it right there. Yeah, I can't. All right, Joe, take care. Okay, so now I can look for a possible short here from the 960 to the 946. And then obviously I'm still going to look for a long here at the 914 to the 902. Those are two unbalanced volume areas. Let me see if I could pinpoint anything a little bit. Yeah, so right here. Right there. This is where I would like to see it tap into. And this guy is right here. Anything crazy here? No, not at all. Okay. All right, let's see if we get a flip here. No flip. Okay, nothing to do here. Kept us out of a bad trade there. We go up on higher time frame. Let's see if there's any reason here to switch our bias, and I don't believe that there is. Nothing here yet. It's just a lot of negative delta, so this could just be the healthy retracement that we're looking for. Let's see. Okay, good. So now we can move this down. We can move this guy all the way down. And now we've got another unbalanced volume area right here. Sorry, right here. And it's been kind of balanced out pretty well here. Did a good job balancing that out. Yeah, nothing there to do. Remember, guys, this could just be a could just be a healthy pullback here. Okay, they're going into an area where the sellers were showing strength, so we should see. And I have this area right here. It's just, I feel like it's been balanced out pretty good. I like the 24,951's much better, but I don't know if we'll get back up there or not. See how this gives you a nice little roadmap, though? I mean, it gives you the area where you know that sellers had previous pressure, and it's going to be hard. So, I mean, this is a great indicator for, you know, finding areas where you don't want to be longing or shorting, and you just kind of have to stay patient for a good setup to arise, which I felt like I took one already and didn't get rewarded again, but it's okay. If you look at the 120, here you've got a flip exactly where our green band finishes. So I mean, it's a very good indicator of where the buyers and sellers are currently at. What indicator is that? That's just me plotting the red and green regions. That's just a region tool based on the flips, all the delta flips that I've been seeing as we've been kind of going along with the market. So big picture, this is what our days kind of look like today, right here. Big pump up, and then this is an area now where sellers have had a struggle to kind of get through. I know I had some areas down here as well, but I guess I'll work on that later on. The market always needs to find areas of unbalanced volume just to conduct their auction. Okay, buyers stepping up there a little bit. I'm going to take a quick stab right there, and I'm going to drop this guy down. That was a pretty quick reaction there. Let's go to 10 points here. Come on, give me some continuation here, people. It's down about 19 points here today. Guess if I was a little bit more patient, I could have waited for maybe the better setup, which is at the 24,951s. I'm gonna go to split screen on here. Let's see if there's anything that shows us on the bigger time frame here. Get rid of this guy. I even said that a lot of this was already balanced out. I don't know why I just didn't listen to myself there. This is a virgin site right here. This has not been touched. So let's see. Don't go from there. Don't go from there. Give me a little bit pull back here. They are showing strength here now, though. No confirmation for me there yet. They are showing strength here now, though. I don't think I can short into this right now. I'm going to take a long stab here. Bigger trade. Let's put this all the way up right here. See if we get some continuation here or not. We had what over here? See if we can get a pop here and a continuation. Let's go. All right, I'm at break even. Let's go. Let's go. Give me an extra push. All right, I'm gonna take it. I know it's gonna hit the top of this band right here, but that was 20 points. I gotta take some profit, man. I've been seeing the moves and just not executing right, so. Well, let's see if my break even would have been hit, because it would have been right here. Thanks, Grant. So let's see what that. All right. So after all of that, all the apexes are up $2, between $2 and $4. Cash is down $3. So let's just call it break even. And I was up, I think I was down 19 points before, like I said, and that was 20 points, but with commissions, that's where I'm at. Let's take this off. And my target, I know, was right around here somewhere for 39 points, but actually I think my target was at this box, which is where this just makes the most sense, where we'd have the reaction at. There she goes. We have a signal here at the 25063, so I can kind of prep for that one. Oh man, it's gonna hit the 39 pointer. That would have been a good one. Yeah, I would have got my target. I think it was a little under that band. It's 39 points. That's okay. Robert says it got me back to break even, which I appreciate. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. And a little salty about the first trade, but all right, let's change trade results to break even. I think break even is one word, but I don't know. Okay, let's see now what we can do. Is this right? Good signals. 25. Oh, 63 it is. Okay. 25. 63. I'm gonna switch down to the 1 minute. Okay, so I am very interested now, right here. In this area here. That was our previous reaction band. Unbalanced volume sitting right here. This could be very nice for a second leg to the upside right here. Yep, I'm going to look for a tap and go right here up to 24,964s. I'm gonna probably have to drop down to my 30 once we get closer to there. That is the game plan right now. All right, I gotta use the washroom. Coffee's going through me. All right, let's see if I can work on this. Okay. Let's put this in the right spot. Bring this down. Let's show P&L. And then let's bring this guy over. All right. Here we go. Session P&L for the day. Plus $4.94. Make sure these are set. They are. So I don't know if you guys heard my announcement on yesterday's video, Sunday's my weekly band video from yesterday. This coming Friday, which will be the day before my birthday, I am going to, and hopefully every following Friday, I will be giving away 5% of my total session P&L for whoever is in the chat on YouTube on Fridays. So if I have a $3,000 day, it's $150. If I have a $1,500 day, it's $75. If I lose money, it's no bucks. But I figured it's a good way to root everybody on. Everybody wins. See if we can get a little push here. So quick synopsis on the trades today. The back testing on my morning open trade would have played out really nicely today. Missed a good short on the IB. That was when I came back from my charts, and then took a long scalp that got up to about 15 points in profit. And my TP was set at 20 points, so took an L on that one. What else? I think I had another. I felt like I had 2 trades. One that was a 9-point loser and another one for a 10-point loser. And then took a long for 20 points. Which, of course, my TP would have worked out at the 39 points. But I guess when you kind of have those kind of mornings where... Actually, last couple days. Friday was very similar. Had 4 really nice calls and setups. But it wasn't until the post session that made back the majority of my money. ATR still about 48, so it's pretty healthy. Little small pocket right here. Nice little footprint there. I'm gonna take a little stab here. Suck this one up in here, and let's go to 10 points. See if we get a quick pop right here. Let's go. go. Not seeing the reaction that I want. I'm going to cut that one right there. Let's see what it was on the lower. Actually, I should have waited a little longer. Son of a bitch. It was right here. Should have waited just a bit longer there. Didn't get the confirmation there. Shit. Dang it. This was it. We'll trap some sellers here. Trap them. All right, one more stab. Ooh, how does it do that? Oh, that was nasty. Fuck, that one opened up right at my stop. Don't tell me I was the liquidity. That was right at my stop. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I was the liquidity there.
Don't close your eyes. Wait until the night is over. I'll show you paradise, but hang on just a little
Interested in that.
longer. I will be yours, you will be
I have to redo my entry now over here.
your legs intertwined, so don't close your eyes.
All the weight on my signals. Let's go That's good.
It's not even the midnight hour. Hold on and hold tight. Stay awake with all your power.
What do you think the likelihood is of us tapping into the 964s again?
Let it unfold. Your letters intertwine, so don't close
I would really love it.
just yet.
Yeah, Casey, that's it's honestly typically what I do, but my stop is always going to go at the bottom of my flip candle, because if it gets overtaken, then my thesis there was wrong. Now what you can absolutely do is, as price action is going up, you can set your target a little bit higher, and if you get another flip above it and it closes as a flip above, then that's a great way to trail your stop. Like, that trailing stop actually to me makes sense, instead of just a candlestick trail. And to my, if I bring this up here, if we go back to the open, just so you guys can understand, this is my flip candle here. So once this candle closes green, closes up, then my stop automatically gets moved to right here. So now I'm in this trade for maybe 5 points of risk, and you could just keep going and going and going and going until you see something that doesn't look right. So here would be another flip. Okay, so green, negative delta, trail could go up to here. Now this barely, it doesn't touch it. I don't know if it, maybe with slippage it could have. Now that's about 2 or 3 points away. And then you could just keep trailing until you get something that doesn't fit your thesis, either a red candle or another flip in the opposite direction, and that could be out right there. So that's what I've been kind of back testing and working on. This trade right here was just a poor decision on my part. It was only 6 points of loss, but poor decision on my part because I didn't look to the lower to see where my unbalanced volume was in that area, and it was right where I put my line in. Now granted, this didn't give me a flip, but it's pretty damn close to a flip because we're on a 30. This was negative 50 delta, and we got a 3 positive. So this was very close to being a flip. If my entry was here and I got this candle, I probably would have just been long right there. And I would have had my stop right here, as this one didn't close as a green candle. And then from there, I wouldn't move my stop until I see another flip, which would have been right here. And at that point is a great place to put your stop right here. And obviously you would have gotten tagged out, but it's that would have been good for at least 25 points. I got a light day today, so I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer. I'd like to see either the signal play out, or I'd like to see this get tapped into. Yeah, that's true, Grant. In a choppy market, it's not gonna, but it's gonna get you out at least with a small loss. You know, if it's gonna determine if the opening, and I said it, 2 days out of the week, it's gonna be choppy. If in the 2 days, if you can bring up your stop to from 30 points to 15 points or 10 points, I'm willing to risk that for, you know, for the trades that are going to go 1 to 3. That's, or at a minimum. And you'll know real fast if it's going to be choppy, and then you can kind of adjust for the rest of the day. Rob, you can't get into... It should be open. You posted at 11:03 that Trump appears to be done talking, but I do see you're out. Then why can't you get back in? It says live session is to be processed. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Tap into it. Let's go. All right, we got the tap. Let's go to TP. Let's go to TP. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, right there, right there, right there. Let's go. Nice. TP1 hit. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see if TP2 can get hit now. Do. Come on, TP2. Let's go. You're not done. Balance that sucker out. Let's go. Actually, I mean, there's definitely room to the downside. I'll go all the way down to the 25s. Let's go. What's above it? The 80s they like. Okay. Let's go, let's go. Drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Let's go, balance that out. Let's go. Come on. I don't like this hanging around bullshit. Let's go. So they got the 22s down here that's unbalanced. all the way down here to the 25s is pretty unbalanced, so they could come for it. And then to the upside, the 80s, which is above my stop, which doesn't help, but let's see. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Let's see if we say come on 1,000 times, if it'll make the market flush. Let's start March off with the TP1, TP2. One for the boys. Let's go. And girls. Sorry, Karen. I know you're in here. Let's go, let's go. So now they got the 80s that they could be coming after, which is right here. And this is a nice little reaction unbalanced zone right here. So I'm actually gonna jump onto the higher time frame if we do get up here, which I hope we don't. Hope we can still smash TP2. This to me would be a great area for a high day somewhere around here. Come on. Flush it. Come on. Come on, one flush all the way down to the 25s. Do it with determination. I know you've got surprises up here. I know that. I know that market. But do your thing. Do your auction thing real quick. Get some fuel. Now you need it. Let's go. Oh. I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, Grant, but yes, if I was trading by myself, Oh! Okay, that was aggressive. Alright, so TP1 was all we were able to accomplish there. Halfway to TP2. So, now... let's do this. You bastard. Look at this thing. Oh, man. Okay. The market's prepping here. So now we are going to do is we're going to switch things up a little. And we're going to stay on the 60. And I've got the 120 up on my right. I'm very curious here. A lot of liquidity sitting up here for the markets. All right, signal service. This one was completed. Actually, I don't even know what happened on that one. I gotta go back to that one. Let's edit this. TP1 hit. Oh, man. Good things for today. Let's go. I don't know, was that convincing enough there? I wish they would have ran it just a little bit. Kind of feel like I gotta take the short here. I just don't know if they ran it all the way. I might regret this, but I think they gotta run this just. Oh my god! It's just short right here. I don't know if they ran it. The book map still shows a shit ton up there. God bless it. I think that was the move, though. Let's see if the 120 confirms it. Yeah. I'm going to take a stab there. This is going to be my last trade of the day, but we'll see here. Right there. And we'll see if we get a continuation push. I don't know if this was, if they fully swept that or not, but might have got in a little bit earlier. But good confirmation on the 120, which is what I was looking at right here. Nice positive, nice negative delta. So we'll see here. See if we get a flush. A little flusheroonie. So let's go down to like the 60 and let's see what happens here. I guess I can bring my stop right around here. And there's somebody knocking on my door. Come on. Don't make me early. Don't make me early to this party. Not looking great. And yeah, I know my stop should be at the top of that, at the top of the 120, because that is my confirmation candle right here. Should be at the top of that. Okay. I talked myself into it. Do I want to do that? This was up here. I don't know why this is always a problem. All right. It's the best that I can do. All right, let me go grab my package from upstairs. It's for my daughter. All right, what do we have happening here? Nice little push there. Excuse me. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, 10 points of risk here. 23-point target. Let's see what if we can get a nice little push here or not. Candlesticks seem to be pushing markets down more than the footprints do. Nice little push there again. I need to change this from ticks to points, man. It's correct on some of my footprints and on others it's not. So really the only reason why I adjusted my stop here was because I did get another flip here on the 60, so I'm just going to drop it down to right there. If it takes me out there, I'll take my 10-point loss and call it a day. But I feel like we got some momentum behind us here. See if we get a nice little flush. About $1,000 here, so I'll see a nice little push here down. One little push. Are we asking for too much? I don't think so. Come on, don't make me sweat this. Let's go. Push it out. Alright, it did not like that at all. I did not like that. So we had flip on the 60. No, it's not a flip on the 60. Thought it was. Pardon. Come on, one little flush. One little flush down. Let's go. Let's go. Candles. Candles are better. Candles give us stronger red movement. Let's go. Taking out some stops here. Yeah, I know you guys can say I had the opportunity again. I know, I'm probably going to be regretting this, but I'd like to get some TPs, man. Oh, fuck a duck. Oh, there's a stop run right there. Right at the top. Right at the top. Just take it. Take it already. So yeah, that was me swearing at the chart off camera. Oh man. They're all $79. You're talking about the Apex. All right, I'm out. I can't handle it anymore. I really can't. I know it's gonna flush right here, but I can't. I can't handle it anymore. That was insane to sit through there. So I know I left probably another $500 or maybe $300 on the table right there, but you see how that 60 ended up actually proving out to be a good trailing stop right there on this flip. 'Cause I figure if they overtake that, then what's the point? What's the point of still being in it? But hey, we're up 725 bucks for the day. That was a good fight. That was a good fight back today. That was a good fight back. And I'm going to be honest with you. My only concern here. So good reactionary, good reaction band here. Sorry, good scalping band here. We really did not tap right into it, you know. It looked a little bit more interesting when you look at it on the 60 footprint, you know. But I mean, that was my only concern, is that we possibly could come right back up into actually sweep all of the liquidity that was sitting there. So maybe it was a little bit early, and shit, I got in super late too to this move. If I just would have had the conviction of, you know, getting in right when I got my confirmation, this would have been 15 points up and my target would have been 40 points. So, but I also had that feeling, and you could see Bookmap, it didn't touch the liquidity that was sitting here. So I kind of figured maybe it comes back and raids that before making the move to the downside. But I'm happy with the, I don't know what this was, 15, 16 points. Not bad. And solo trades, as far as Apex is concerned with their activation fees, they're all the same now. It depends if you're going to do end of day or not. If you do intraday trail, the activation fees are $79. If you do the end of day, it's $99. I should say it somewhere right here. Yeah, one-time activation fee, $99. And they also got rid of the 250 and the 300 accounts as well. So it's just 25, 50, 100, and 150K. But I mean, I'm in a position right now where I can't really even purchase anything, because if you also notice, there is a 7-day rule now that if you do pass an eval, you have to activate it as a funded account. So if you currently have 20 funded accounts, it doesn't make any sense to buy more evals. So it's kind of a risk there on Apex's side. I understand what they're doing. They don't want people to have 20 PAs, have 40 past evals that they could just dick around with the PAs, just treat them like, you know, like a lottery ticket, and then just keep recycling. So they stopped that. That's, you know, which I'm assuming was hurting them. But at the same time, you know, obviously it's gonna lessen the amount of accounts that people buy. So it's kind of a gamble, I think, on Apex's side. I know some traders are going to be pretty pissed off about that. You know, the max drawdown, sure, people are going to be a little upset about that. But overall, you know, if you're a trader like me, or, you know, that you're scalping 10 to 30 points on the NQ, to be honest with you, even the intraday trail shouldn't bother you too much. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I barely even look at it. Now, if you don't have an edge or you don't have a strategy, you know, then yeah, of course, that's the intraday trail is going to suck. But end of day is obviously more, it's more in line with what the majority of the other prop firms are offering. So, you know, that was good. It seemed like a lot of the things that they've changed, a lot of the things that Apex has changed is to kind of catch up to a lot of the other prop firms' rules. And I think they did a good job of that. You know, I think this is huge, which again is a risk for Apex, because so no more rebills. It's a one-time evaluation fee now. And there's so many people that forget about evals that get rebuilt, and that's just free income for Apex. You know, I mean, that's a big revenue stream for them. So they're taking a few gambles here. You know, I was anticipating the price maybe jumping up a little bit based on the new rules. But, oh, and I wanted to see what the... Yeah, so there's about a $10 difference on the intraday trail and the end of day trail. So again, I mean, if people want something that's very similar to, let's say, like a Lucid or a Trade of 8, you know, this is going to be pretty damn close to it, with obviously a much cheaper price. I do like the consistency. Now you've got the 50% consistency, so that's a big jump for them. There's a big difference, which I'm sure is going to help a lot of traders. And then the no denials. You know, I mean, a lot of stories of people with videos, and you know I needed to upload my strategy. You know, I had to give them a description of my strategy. So I know that's all gone, which is great, because I'm sure that was, you know, and leading up to it, they built their back end, their platform to accommodate or to now automate violations. So you know, the trader knows if they've already done any type of violations. It's built into the platform. So I understand now where they've switched to no denials, because it seems like now they've automated that entire part. You know, and it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be scenarios where Trade of 8's down, Rhythmic is down, and, you know, there's going to be issues with people's payouts as far as, you know, were trades valid, were they not valid? But you're going to have that in every single firm. Every firm, you know, might handle it just a little bit differently, but you're going to have those issues when you're basing everything on a sim environment. Oh, and another big one was, you know, 6 payouts, and then you have the option to go live. You have the option for, it's like a cooldown period. So I don't know how long the cooldown period is, but the cooldown period will take you, if you just want to stay in sim, they won't let you trade for a certain amount of time, or you could just start all over again. So, you know, obviously some pretty big changes there. But, you know, the other thing too that with Apex is nobody's. I guess I took my TP at the right spot. Nobody has ever gone to the extent of the 20 accounts. So they were the pioneer in that. I would consider Top Step to be the pioneer in the prop firm space, but Apex is really the scalability of accounts. Apex has definitely been the pioneer in that, and nobody's ever followed suit. You know, the max that you see is 5 accounts, at least with the main ones. There could be some stragglers out there that offer it, I don't know. So now they've continued with the 20, because I think that was another, you know, we've been, as affiliates, we've been hearing, they've been sending communication to us over the last like week and a half of a lot of these changes that are coming. They obviously, you know, said that everything was supposed to be confidential. I know there's a few people that have gone and leaked certain things yesterday beforehand. But I think one of the biggest concerns that we were looking at was, you know, them eliminating the 20 account max and maybe going to 5 or going to 10. But the fact that they stayed with 20, which is their core hook, to me was, I don't know, was pretty great. All right, so account checkup before we end the day here. So I've got my cash account is up $52, Tradeify is up 50, Lucid is up 69. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 Apex PAs, all up $75, and then I have 1 PA, which is my 29, is up $121, and I don't really know why there's that big of a difference there. But I'll take it. I will take it. That one's in a really nice profit. Good profit town. Good profit on all of these groups. All right, guys, I am done for the day. Interesting day. I mean, I think I outlined already some of the things that I missed. I had maybe one bad trade in there that I really didn't. I didn't dive deeper into it, and that was right after I had my charting. My PC crashed. I lost my entire charts, so I was kind of scrambling with that. Maybe I was a little hasty on that entry, but it's okay. At the end of the day, we're up $725, and I'm looking forward to a good day tomorrow. So, and remember, on Friday, for those of you joining that did not get the announcement from yesterday, on Friday I will be giving away 5% of all of my session profits for the day. It'll be a cash giveaway, and be exactly how we do it. I'll give you guys a comment to put in the comment stream. You put your comment in, automatically get entered in. So Friday we're all rooting for Trader Rob. Hopefully we should be rooting for me every single day, but maybe some extra good praises will be needed on Friday. And if it catches fire and I feel like it's a positive for the trading community and for myself, then I'll continue it every Friday and maybe expand on it. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Take care. See you guys tomorrow.